Do you die every single time you're holding an angle? You feel that you had absolutely no chance to react to the enemy's movement. You start blaming the ping, Peeker's advantage and Valorant developers. Or you maybe think that your aim sucks and that your reflexes are poo-poo caca. But in reality, your angle holding, crosshair placement and positioning are absolutely horrendous. And I'm here to help you out. What's up, tricksters? My name is Charlatan, your favorite all-time radiant big brain machine in Valorant, esports pro player, and private FPS coach that improved over thousands of players in multiple different titles. You can check out my Valorant coaching programs on my website or Discord server if you want to improve your rank as fast as possible and reach your personal goals in the esports career. Today I'm sharing with you some secret angle holding professional tricks that will improve your positioning. Those tricks will allow you to get more kills and you will have higher chances to survive when the enemies are peeking you, even if your aim is absolutely trash. In the future, I'm going to share with you the full angle holding guide, crosshair placement guide, positioning guide, and we are going to cover every single gameplay topic in Valorant that will improve your skill ceiling as a player. We have a lot of things to cover in depth, but today we're just going to focus on 3 examples and rules that will significantly improve your understanding of proper angle holding methods in some situations. You are going to win more gunfights, have less deaths, and finally replace Hiko in 100 Thieves. So let's start with some juicy angle holding and positioning tricks. At numero uno, we have the angle holding rule of alignment and overexposure. You're playing Breeze for an example and end up holding mid area of the map from B tunnel. This is what I usually see in my coaching sessions and high elo lobbies. Players will hold this angle how I'm showcasing right now. And you might think, what the hell is wrong with this, charlatan? Well, when you're holding an angle, like in this example, you're unnecessarily exposing yourself from 3 different positions from which enemies can kill you at that moment of time. They can peek you from bottom mid, top mid, and B elbow position. If you place your crosshair at the bottom mid and enemy peeks you from top mid or elbow, you will have to perform upper diagonal flick in order to kill those enemies. And in that case, there is a margin of error in your aim and reflexes that will determine whether you're going to kill the enemy or end up in graveyard. Also, if enemy swings you with a proper crosshair placement, and let's say he has a better reaction time than you have, then he will have much easier time killing you as well. Not to mention that if 2 enemies peek you from 2 different angles, like bottom mid and elbow, your chances of killing those enemies are going to be extremely low. Instead of that, what you should do in this example, you want to align all 3 of these angles into one and hold it like this. So now, no matter if enemies peek you from bottom mid, top mid or elbow, you're going to have a perfect crosshair placement for both of these positions, actually all 3 of these positions, and you just need to do some very easy vertical flicks in order to kill those enemies, like a vertical crosshair placement alignment. And if 2 enemies peek you in the same time, they're going to be perfectly aligned for your spray, and you might even kill them with a collateral damage. So whenever you end up holding positions on which enemies can peek you from multiple different angles in the same time, align them together. Make your job easier if there is a possibility to implement this specific trick, and you'll have much easier time killing your enemies even if your aim and reflexes are not on a high level, and also you're going to have higher chances of survival. One more example where we can implement this rule is on B side of Breeze. You end up holding B main area from the site. I will never in my life hold this position in the following way, because I'm overly exposed from both elbow and window peek in the same time. I mean, if enemies swing me from the window with a perfect crosshair placement and I'm holding elbow peek at that moment of time, my reaction time and vertical vertical/horizontal flick needs to be insane in order to kill that enemy. And yes, if you're playing Jet or Chamber, you can position yourself however you want in some ridiculous ways. And that is why these agents are the top 3 in Valorant alongside Omen, because they can hold some extreme off angles with a lot of safety because of their second life abilities, dash and teleport. But if you're playing Viper and holding an angle like this, you're probably going to meet with God in a few seconds. So instead of me holding this angle in the following way, I'm going to align the elbow position with window position like this. And now you're probably asking yourself, but Charlatan, what if an enemy slowly walks into bomb site from the left wall? Well, that is the gambling aspect of FPS games. You need to gamble, but gamble smart. Ask yourself, what are the realistic chances that enemies are going to do some play like that based on your previous experience of holding that position? From my personal experience, players in solo queue will always use some kind of an ability to get into B bomb site of breeze, or if they are already walking into bomb site alone, they will most of the times walk from the right wall into the B back position. So the chances are around 5% that enemies will do some play like that, but I'm willing to take those chances in order to have easier time killing my enemies with vertical flicks and easier crosser placement, while having higher chances to survive with a double peak potential with less overexposure. At numero 2, we have the angle holding rule of elevated positions. This rule is extremely simple, but it is also something that majority of players that I'm coaching are not using at all. Whenever you're playing some elevated position in Valorant, no matter how much that position is elevated from the ground, it can be some kind of a wall, it can be some kind of a pillar, it can be some random box from which you're holding an angle, always make sure that you're playing the lowest possible position from which you can fall down into some kind of a safety location with a knife out. So for an example, I'm holding a main area from these crates right here, and enemies double peek me, or they flash me, or they reveal me with Sova drone, or I engage them into some stupid gunfight with full spray like a gorilla, and that is going to send me to Jesus Christ himself. And I think that I'm in a lot of danger there, and I might lose that specific fight, resulting in my death and leaving the A site completely open to my enemies. And because I'm following this angle holding rule of elevated positions and playing on the edge of these crates, I'm able to quickly drop down to safety location. Surviving is sometimes much better and more useful for your teammates than actually killing the enemies. And I'm always pulling my knife out when I'm doing this, because with knife this mechanic is a bit faster than with some random gun in my hands. The enemies will still have a chance to kill me while I'm repositioning myself, but I'm going to stay on their screen for a significantly lower period of time than if I was standing in the middle of this position. If I was holding a main area from the middle of crates or this edge right here, I have no chances to reposition myself or survive, and I need to completely 100% commit to any gunfight that I take, or if enemies double swing me, tag me or flash me, I'm going to stay on their screen for a much higher period of time. That is how you increase your chances of survival in Valorant and eliminate some unnecessary deaths. That is also one of my main traits as a top tier player in Valorant. I don't have 25 or 30 kills in every single match that I play, but I do have extremely low amount of deaths. I'm only focused on impactful kills and closing out the rounds, making the numbers advantage and playing on that advantage together with my team. Kills mean nothing, but winner's mentality is everything. If you're not a team player, then go play Minecraft or Candy Crush Universe, I don't know, man. And at numero 3, we have the angle holding rule of simplification. Yes, I know the names of these rules are not really the best, but deal with it, okay? It's my video and my coaching style. Every single angle in Valorant can be simplified a bit with better positioning so that you're not relying too much on your raw aim, reaction time, and precision of your flicks. So for an example, you're in a 2 versus 2 post-plan situation at the front of A site right here. Your teammate dies from mid, and you get information that 2 remaining enemies are pushing you from mid doors. Majority of players would hold that specific push from this angle here, or maybe from the site, or they would completely sell the map control to the enemies and pussy out towards a main area immediately. The main problem of this angle holding is that enemies can appear on absolutely any horizontal line from this position. Their head can be anywhere, and not only that, but 2 enemies can appear on 2 completely different spots in the same time. One enemy can be far left, one enemy can be far right, and then your chances of killing both enemies are extremely low. Instead of that, if I have the time to reposition myself, I'll make this angle a bit more simple to hold, with a chance to deal collateral damage and kill both enemies in the same time, without relying on any godlike reactions, and there is no way that I'd sell this opportunity or give the enemies an easy push into the bomb site. I'll position myself right here and hold this angle tight, with following crosshair placement. And now, if both enemies are pushing me from this area of the map, I have higher chances to kill both of them and secure the round for my team. Even if I kill one enemy or I don't kill any of them, just deal some damage, I can still safely reposition myself to some other spot or angle. This is much smarter and better positioning than waiting for enemies to peek you in the same time from 2 completely different horizontal or vertical locations. There is enormous amount of angles in Valorant that can be simplified with better positioning in specific situations, but if I wanted to cover all of these positions in one video, the video would last 10 hours minimum, and people on YouTube have attention span of a toddler. Fucking TikTok, mate! The whole point of these crosshair placement, angle holding, movement, or general gameplay rules that I'm teaching players in my coaching sessions, on my live streams, or in my videos is to showcase you that aim is only 20% of your gameplay, and you can compensate the bad aim with enormous amount of other skill sets that are much easier to be fixed and much more important as well. We need to clean your brain from the dust that you've created by not using it for the past few years and watching way too many aim guides and aimbot videos. Your chances of having aim like a TENS or Scream are below 0.001%, but the catch is that you don't need to fight them in a fair 1 versus 1 gunfight in Valorant. Be smart, use your brain, be the trickster, make them fight you on your own terms and outplay the living shit out of them. I've played against Scream and I've played against TENS multiple times, and trust me, their aim is special, but they are nothing special. Think about it. If you want to learn how to dominate your enemies in this gaming society, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on, leave a like and comment. It helps me and this community a lot. Follow me on twitch.tv/charlatan for some live stream shenanigans on every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Other social media links are down in the description below, and make sure to visit my official website or Discord server for private Valorant coaching. I'm yours, one and only, Warden of the Tricksters community. Thank you for watching and cut, baby!